Welcome to Life Transformation Radio. This show is all about life transformations and our journey from where we were to why we are doing what we are doing today. We will discuss the hiccups, the roller coasters, and the blood, sweat, and tears that has been poured out while discovering our purpose. It is all about our transformations. Here is your host, Sean Douglas.
Welcome, listeners, to Life Transformation Radio. I am your host, Master Resilience Implementer, TEDx speaker, performance enhancement expert, and author Sean Douglas. And this show is currently heard in 44 countries, such as the U.S., India, Canada, France, Australia, and Panama. So I want to thank you to those who are listening from around the world. Life Transformation Radio is all about our transformations. Here, we tell the stories of why we're doing what we're doing. We highlight that transformational moment that changed our lives and how we're using these to help transform others and elevate their lives as well. Now, you can listen to us every Wednesday and on the first and third Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this is a live show, so if you're listening live, welcome, welcome. If you're catching the replay on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play app, Player FM, thank you so much. Subscribe to the show, and so you don't miss an episode. You can also join our Facebook group community, which is Life Transformation Radio Community. You can interact with the guests, ask some questions, and we're really building an amazing community from this show. So on the show, we have impactful and amazing guests that are impacting everyone around them. And my guest today does exactly that. So please help me welcome to the show, Emunah Malinovitz. I hope I said that right.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's the day of love. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day for everybody who is listening on this February 14th. So I am super pumped. We met at New Media Summit in San Diego last September. I'm headed back there again in April. I love the event. Steve Olsher's awesome. But you stuck out. Like when everybody's introducing themselves, you're like, oh, by the way, I show you how to have hot love. And everybody's like, what? Like it was, because everybody's like, oh, I'm a coach and I'm a this and I'm a speaker. And you're like, yeah, I show people how to have hot love. You know, I was like, I like that. So it was really refreshing. Like, it was so awesome because you see everybody's face. They looked over like, what? So it's really awesome to have you there.
Thank you. No, it was so fun to meet you too and to be at that event and to shine. And, I feel like somebody has to be a stand for love in this world. And, it's certainly ending up being me. And so, it does. It takes a lot of courage to stand up and be a stand for love. But it's so important that I'm willing to do it. My journey has taken me there. So it's so awesome that you can see it and feel it and receive it because we need so much more love in our world right now and in our relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I've titled this episode, The 3 Keys to Hot Sacred Love That Lasts with Emunah Malinovitz. That's right? Malinovitz?
Yes, I know.
I love it. It just rolls off the tongue.
But it's worth it.
I love it. I love it. You can't forget a name like that. So
right,
you
it
are
is.
an
I'm
expert.
pretty unforgettable. Right. With my flaming red hair, too, right? Flaming red hair and a name like Emunah. You'll know who I am.
Yep. Absolutely. So you are an expert on conscious relationships, sex, masculine and feminine energy. You bring new wisdom to relationships, and you're passionate about radically changing the way we do relating today, and is an expert on how to have more passion, authenticity, better sex, and feel deeply loved and desired by your partner. Your clients are in awe with the way that you quickly take their relationship to the next level. I love that. Going to the next level. Her dedication to having her dedication to having a real, true, authentic, sacred love led her on a journey around the world to learn the secrets to have hot love that lasts. Now, for those listening, and I think this is pretty awesome, that Emunah has created a free series for you to learn from called The 3 Keys to Hot Sacred Love That Lasts. And now you can get her free gift. You want to write this down? You go to sacredlovethatlast.com/free-gift. So if you go to sacredlovethatlast.com/free-gift, and it's all in the show notes, everything's there. If you click on that, she has a free gift for you. Take advantage of it. I promise you, your spouse, your whoever that you're with is going to love you for it. If you want to connect with Emunah, go to facebook.com/Emunah, EMUNAHM, sacredlovethatlast.com, and she's on LinkedIn. So let's just dive right in, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I want to know why you do what you do. Like, there has to be an amazing story behind this.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know. What is your why for what you do?
I mean, my why really, truly at this point is I believe this is my purpose, you know, and we all want to live our purpose in the world. And I had no idea. I did not think that I would grow up and be teaching people about love and relationships and sex. You know, I wanted to change the world. I definitely wanted to do that, but I didn't know it would be in this form. But what happened for me was I just grew up, you know, I had my own emotional, you know, hardships when I was growing up. My father died when I was young. It was tragic. There was a lot of things and a lot of pain. So my heart was definitely closed as a youth, but there was some part of me that just had this ache and this desire for love, great love. And, you know, I had relationships and I believed in love, and I would have failed relationships. And I never was experiencing that kind of sacred love that I intuited was possible. But I had this deep desire and drive and commitment to grow and to learn and to seek it out. And I know now it's because it is my purpose, but I was really driven to, you know, to kind of fight through all the demons around love, all the fears, all the intimacy, and find myself. And it was not an easy journey. It took over 20 years, lots of pain, heartache, but I opened and I learned, and I'm happy to say I am now attracted such deep, amazing, incredible love, the kind of love that we all are here to have. But it took me, you know, I had to really go out and seek it, because our world doesn't really prepare us for love. It prepares us for work and career and making money, but for love, we don't really have a good grasp on that. And we see it in the failed relationships, and, you know, that goes out from our families into the world, and it affects us all. So it was something that I think just got inspired in me, and I started doing it and seeing people shift and meet their life partner and have amazing love and relationships heal. And so I know it's so important and so necessary.
Awesome. So that's your why. What was a transformational moment that happened that set you on the path to what you're doing now? Because I firmly believe that Mothers Against Drunk Driving was built because her daughter was killed by a drunk driver. People become rape advocates and sexual assault advocates because of the trauma that they went through. I'm a suicide awareness trainer for the military because I tried to take my life. So I believe that the reason why we do something is because of something that has happened in our lives that pushes us on this path. So tell us, I'm sure there's a lot. Share with us a transformational moment that was like, I know this is for me. This is my path.
Yes. So, you know, I did share the stuff that happened with my dad and the tragedy. So, you know, there was some part of me that just didn't want to end up like my mom. You know, I saw my mom shut her heart down and close, and that's what a lot of us do when we get hurt in our hearts. We shut down, we close off, we wall up. And for some reason, I just knew I didn't want to do that. I wasn't here for that. And it was hard, because how do you live with your heart open in a world that is full of pain and sadness? So that was a journey. But what happened was, because of my commitment, I would seek out personal growth. I would seek out learning. And, you know, but in me, like I said, I always had this sense that there was more, and that life didn't have to be living with a closed heart and you know, feeling horrible about myself, which is how I grew up. But so all of a sudden I was at a personal growth development, and I met one of my amazing teachers, and something in my heart just told me, this is your teacher, and wherever he is, you're going to go and learn from him. and he happened to be in Canada, and the workshop that he was teaching was called Sex, Passion, and Enlightenment. And I just had like full body chills. Yes, full body chills because I knew I was supposed to go from LA to Canada. I'd never been to Canada before. And go to this workshop on sex, passion, and enlightenment. I mean, what the heck? But I felt it, and it was calling me, and I went through my barriers because I knew, like, maybe this guy had the answers. Maybe he had the thing that I was seeking and that I would experience. And while I was there, I connected deeply in the way that I'd always yearned to connect. In my heart, I even ended up meeting an amazing man there, and we had a deep, powerful sexual experience that was mind-blowing, that took me to a whole nother level. It showed me what I knew was possible. I directly experienced it. But, you know, it wasn't a happy, like, oh, yay, and they rode off into the sunset together. No, it was like the window opened, and then he was not available to be with me. And so it set me on a journey of how do I get that? How do I open up to that love? Because I had to then go on a journey to open up myself so that I could be open to receive that. So it was like the window open, and I saw it was possible, and it was enough for me to want to go and be willing to do the inner work to be open to receive and give love.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah. You know, and then it was for me only. You know, I was doing this for me. I'm going to say honestly, I wasn't doing this for anybody else. I wasn't doing this because I thought it was my purpose. I was truly doing it because I wanted this thing so bad. I wanted this kind of love. And, you know, I would do the work, read all the books, learn how to manifest a relationship, be in my feminine. I would do everything that I thought I was supposed to do. I was a good student. And then I would keep coming up short. I couldn't reach that kind of energy, that kind of connection that I had. And it was really disappointing. And like most people, I was pointing the finger at my partners saying, what about them? Why do I attract these kind of people? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with this? But, you know, eventually I started having to look and see that everything is energy. Everything's a mirror. If I'm attracting this, what is it in me that's scared? What is it in me that's closed? And you know, most of us are pretty scared from this amazing gift of love. And once you break through the fear, like any fear, you see it's just kind of silly that we were so afraid because it's so rich and so beautiful. But, you know, we have been taught in this world to wall ourselves up, and we suffer as a result of it. So I did it for me. And, you know, I just kept growing. I really wanted to have this love. And then once I got it for myself, I realized that I had learned a lot along the way and that I had the tools to make it easier for people to have this without going through everything I went through. And, you know, I put it out there very courageously, and people started saying yes. And I started seeing them transform and meet their love. And, you know, I started really forming this and seeing, oh, my God, I went through all of that. Like you said, everything happens for a reason. I went through all that heartache, all that pain, because I'm here to help other people walk through it and open up their heart and have this love that is a gift.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. I got chills right now. I'm just like, it's almost like it happened for a reason, and you fully stepped through, and you said yes, and then figured it out. And I love that.
And it's not easy all the time, right? I mean, there's many times we want to give up, right? And so, for everyone out there that says yes and steps through, you know, wow, it's beautiful when you get to that moment in life where you go, oh my God, this is making sense. I see why those things happened. I understand.
Yeah, absolutely. So what has been one of the best parts that have stuck out for you on your journey?
There's so many. Like today, you know, I'm getting messages from my friend my college friend. And, you know, I spent some time with her, helping her open her heart because she was upset facing failed relationship and wanting deep love. And I worked with her, and now she's celebrating Valentine's with the love of her life. I met him. They're amazing. And she's sending me texts like, I'm so grateful I get to have and receive this love. And, you know, there's another gentleman that I worked with who really was going through a heartbreak, and he came to me and I said, your heart is breaking open and you're breaking open to something even more. And he worked with me to get into what I call divine alignment so he could attract what I call his whole mate. And he did the work, and literally his partner, he saw her on a bus stop. We're in San Diego. He saw her on a bus stop, and she was visiting from Colombia. And she was at a bus stop, and he got a hit from his intuition to turn the car around and go and talk to her. And they just got engaged and actually just got married just last week. And so when you get aligned and you do the work, you get great love. Like these stories, the love that I'm talking about too, that these people are experiencing is not just, like commonplace love. It's special. It's deep. Both partners are willing to open, to explore. It's incredible. It's next level, and there was another amazing woman that I worked with as well this year. It's been such a great year for love. I mean, just beautiful people coming together. And I worked with her for just a few hours to sometimes we just have beliefs or we have, outdated systems. A lot of us have given up our faith in love. So I'm kind of like a little fairy godmother. I come in and just set everything back up, get into alignment, open your heart. And literally 30 days later, she met the love of her life. And again, they're engaged and married, because when you meet this person after doing the work that you do, it's clear. There's no games. There's no questions. It's just like, yes, I want to share this with you. Yes, you're my partner, because you've become the person to attract it. So, that's for the single people, helping them with love. But God, I've also seen so many beautiful couples who've been married 20 years, right, who've raised children, who've sacrificed, who've had so much, and they love each other, but they're just like, why is it that we just don't feel the passion anymore, and we're just kind of silently suffering, and we feel like roommates. And I get to work with them in one weekend and teach them these simple tools, skills, and get them into connection, and they get back turned on, back on fire, back in love, and then they take that to their families and their communities. So it really is the most satisfying work that I get to do, but it's edgy, like I am like the fairy godmother of love. I stand for love. I have faith for my clients to have the love. I walk them through the scary parts and give them the tools that no one taught them, but powerful. It's powerful, and we need this. We need this love. And on Valentine's Day, I just want to like people are receptive, more receptive than usual. They're thinking about love. They're wondering about love, and it's like, yes, I want people to know that they can have more love, and they deserve it, and they are so loved.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So it's always not sunshine and rainbows. So is there a part that sticks out to you that was really difficult?
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's tender when you're dealing with someone's heart and they let you into their intimate lives, and it's very sacred. I use the word sacred because it is like being intimate in someone's heart like that. It's beautiful. And so there's couples who have come to me after 20 years and they decide to break up because it's complete and they need to end. And so I've got to help them do it, though, in a loving way. And I've even got to see them go into, both of them, complete that relationship, learn the lessons, and then open up to the next level of love with someone else. Because I do believe that love is a healer and a teacher, and every relationship is teaching us. And one of the things that we've been taught that I think is hurting us is a lot of people feel like a failure in love if they don't get it right, if they've failed, if they've gotten divorced. And yes, there are things, and people, do need to take responsibility if they didn't open their heart, they didn't communicate. There are skills and tools to learn. But there's also just timing, and we're not always meant to be with everyone forever. Some people come into our lives for different periods of time, but the key is, can we open our heart? Can we live with our heart open? Can we receive the gifts of that and share that energy? And so, yeah, it's not always sunshine and roses, but when it's bad, when it's not good, it's important to have some help in holding that space for your heart and being able to tell the truth, because there is something on the other side. Just like Pete, the guy that met his girl at the bus stop, he came to me heartbroken, thinking he would never have love. broken hearted. We've all been there when your heart is just in a million splattered pieces. Some people may be feeling that today, just like, I don't have love, it sucks, life is horrible, I don't deserve it, whatever that story is. But I helped him break that open and get back in love with himself and get in alignment. And now he has great love, right? But it's not always easy. I'm not going to lie. It's not always easy. You have to be willing. But if you're willing, you can have it. And it's worth it.
Yeah. So talk to us about how you came up with the 3 keys to hot love. I think people are dying to know, what is hot sacred love? What do you keep talking about?
Yeah. So let me first say what hot sacred love is. So imagine you have a partner that you feel completely aligned with. So energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you're both conscious, you've done your work to evolve, whatever that means for you, but you're open to each other. You have a full partner, right? Someone who's whole. And from that place, you get to share and co-create together and connect and get to know each other and share sexuality and sensuality in a way that most of us have never experienced. It's about being connected, being sensual, opening up to your partner, co-creating. It's very, some people might say it's like Tantra, but it's Tantra with spirituality, with heart-centeredness, and it's having love that doesn't die out after a few months or a few years. It's learning how to sustain it, learning how to keep it alive, learning how to have it be so nourishing that you wake up next to your lover and you feel like you just were at a spa. You just ate a gourmet meal. You were nourished by that love. Most of us don't experience that. Most of us experience what I call fast food love, right? It's like, you go through, you're hungry, you might get a stop at McDonald's, and for a minute it tastes good, but it does not fill you up. It does not give you the nutrients you need, and you're left feeling hungry. Yeah. And so a gourmet meal that's made with love and presence and attention, you feel loved, you slow down, you're present, you feel nourished, right? We know the difference when we've eaten a meal like that or not. So love and our relationships and our sex is the same thing. And so we've got to learn to slow down. So the 3 keys came about because, I wanted to just make it simple for people. And the keys are simple, but, doing it is another story. So the first key is you have to decide that you want sacred, hot love that lasts, that you're willing, that you want to admit it, right? Like, admit it. Woo-hoo,
yeah.
I want sacred love. Some of us are so shy about love. Like we keep it undercover and we want to act cool. Like, I don't really care and it's cool that you didn't call me. You know what? Like, you got to first be willing to say, I want sacred love. I want this kind of connection. I want to be open to it. So that's step 1, like admit it. And hey, it's not for everyone. So if you don't want sacred love, you don't want that hot connection, you are happy with kind of just the partnership that you have, there's no shame in that either. But there are people out there that have been aching for more the same way that I was aching for more. And those are the people that I want to say, hey, you can have it. Don't give up on your desire. Be willing to claim it and be willing to be a stand for it, just like I'm being a stand for it now. I had to choose that into my life. I had to say, I'm not settling. This is the kind of love I want. This is what I'm willing to do. And I took a stand and I claimed it. So this is a great day to do that on Valentine's Day. If you're single and you're wondering, make a stand. Say to the universe, I'm done with this. I want this kind of love. Show me, guide me. If you're listening to this radio show right now, that's a good sign for you that it's on the way. And if you're in a relationship, can you be willing to say to your partner, right? It's so vulnerable, but hey, I want to feel closer to you. I want to feel connected. Sometimes I feel there's walls. I would just love to open up. And here's the key. You don't have to know how to do it because no one taught you. So it's okay. Take the pressure off. But come and receive, like go get my video series, put it on with your partner, to explore and learn about these things because it's so enriching. So it's being willing to say that you want that is number one key.
Awesome.
And then the number 2 key is you've got to make it a priority. So you've got to put time for your partner. You've got to make time to connect, and not to connect just passing by, taking care of the kids. Hi, honey, mwah, bye, see you later, I love you. Then you come home from work, drop the keys down, sit on the couch, watch TV, scan your phone. Okay, good night, bye, mwah. There's not a lot of connection there, right? So, and again, this is not anybody's fault. We haven't been taught how to connect. I've traveled around the world to learn how to connect. So again, it's okay. I want people not to feel bad about it. And
Sounds
so
like you were at our house last night.
Right? I mean, this is
with keys
the way
off
most
work,
people live.
hang out, sit on the couch,
right?
Talk,
Right.
scan the phones, make dinner. I mean, we don't have any phones or electronics or anything at the dinner table, so that's great. You know, I'm on the
really
computer.
Good.
You know, so I'm on the computer, you know, because I'm building a business and I got things that I got to do and get booked to speak. And I got contracts to send out and I got people to schedule calls with. So I'm working there and my wife's doing her thing. And, you know, we come together last couple hours of the night. We watch TV and because we have set shows that we watch. You know, the kids, you know, have certain shows that they like watching with us, like, you know, like Chicago Fire or something, or Chicago PD or something like that. You know, they like watching that stuff.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy, we still Grey's Anatomy fans, you know. And then and when it's done, you know, we go to bed and like that's it. Like
right. Good night. Smooth.
You know.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah.
Totally, and that's okay. Like I watch TV with my boyfriend too, and my partner, and I enjoy that. But here's the other thing. So you take some time to schedule what I call 20-minute dates. Sometimes it's a 1-minute date. You know, so in a 20-minute date, you learn a new way of connecting. So I might put the phone down, we sit with each other, and this is something that, you know, people can try out tonight for Valentine's Day. Like do something different. Like, hey, I want to connect with you. I'd love to sit down with you. So you sit across from your partner and you actually look them in the eye and see them and look at them. And for some people, I know that's so vulnerable and scary.
Yeah.
But, you know, the eyes are our soul. And can you let your partner in? When's the last time maybe that you even really looked at your partner and saw them and took a moment to appreciate them and slow down and like, wow, I love this person, you know? And then you can do this dyad question. It's called a dyad, and you set a container, you set a timer, and you ask a question like, tell me something that you appreciate about me. And your partner receives it, and they take it in, and they might say, I appreciate the way you always come home and, you know, check on the kids first thing. That just makes me feel so safe. You're such a good dad. And the partner says, thank you, right? And then they go back and forth. But you can see that most of us never take the time to have these kind of intimate connections and conversations. We might think these things or feel these things, but we don't share them with our partner. We're just too busy in the So you can say, you know, tell me something you're grateful for, or tell me something about me that turns you on if you're wanting to get a little bit frisky, or tell me a desire that you have, you know, and you do it back and forth for, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And you actually stay with the same instruction and you go deeper and deeper. And as you're sitting and really listening to your partner, they're feeling received, they're feeling heard, they're feeling seen. They start to open, they start to be connected to you. The walls start to come down. It's a very powerful way to connect, you know, and then you can connect from a more open place sexually, sensually, but, you know, you got to slow down, feel your partner, be willing to look into their eyes. And again, some of you may be like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's too vulnerable, too sensitive. And I get it. Maybe not, but I get it. You know, try something small. Maybe even if that feels too vulnerable for you, start with a hug. Just hug your partner for 1 minute, 1 solid minute. Hug, connect, be together. If you did a hug every day with your partner for 1 to 3 minutes, that alone would just shift your connection, because you're actually connecting in a real way instead of just, you know, like I said, fast food connection.
Right.
So you got to make it a priority.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
So I don't think that the staring into each other's eyes would work for me and my wife, because we have a goofy relationship. And it would completely turn into like a staring contest and trying to see who wins.
Yes, and that's, you know, and maybe,
I know it.
See, that's part of your humor, right? But also the humor And the staring contest is also it's a wall that we put up because it's vulnerable. So we start laughing, we start making jokes, right? Because deep down, there's a layer of love. And we all want to get there. But again, I get it. It's vulnerable. That's why we create the container. That's why there's no distraction. And that's why it's a practice. You do it more and more and more. And with the hug. So you're not looking at each other, but you're holding each other and feeling each other and saying an appreciation you have for each other. Right. But you'll just see if you try it. I know you got to be brave, but if you try it, you may feel nourished in a way that you haven't felt before. It's kind of like getting a vitamin that you were deficient in that you didn't really understand you needed.
Got it. Makes sense. Yeah. Because I'm just saying, because I know, like, we'll be like 30 seconds into it, and one of us will make a face, and then we'll start making faces, and then it'll go into like who can make the goofiest face. Like, I don't know why, but we are in competition of each other. Like, and then all of a sudden it turns into a game. You know what I mean? Like we'll try to do something so simple, and then it turns into a game. Like, who can do this? Like, who can, whatever. I don't know. That's kind of our relationship. That's what I love most about our relationship, and that's
like
kind of how we connect.
That you guys have.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's finding that way of connecting for whoever it is. For me, I like the sensual, connected energy stuff. Other people may like to connect in different ways, athletic ways, but it's about connecting, being present, right? Slowing down. And, when I teach couples also about sexuality, it is about slowing down, being present. Most women are not touched in the bedroom the way that really opens them. And it's not men's fault. It's just that, again, we haven't been taught. We're learning from porn. Yeah. And the women have a lot of desire for sex. And if they're opened properly, there's a lot of energy that can be experienced. Yes, there are. And it's powerful, but this is all the stuff that we are not taught here in Western America. Some other places where you study Tantra and you study connection, you learn these things. They make it important because sex is an important part of a relationship and enjoying it and feeling connected. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. But in our culture, we shame that and we are like, you're such a pig. All you think about is sex. All you want is sex. Whereas, something to understand is, sex is a way that people connect and feel connected and loved, especially for men, but women too, if they were touched and opened in a way that works for them. Ooh la la.
am blown away right now.
Are your cheeks red?
But
are you blushing?
But you make a point though that nobody. Really, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, you make a point that really nobody's talking about. Yeah. Where do we learn it? We learn it in the men's locker room.
Yes.
We learn it in porn. We learn it, because it's not like our mom and dad are like, hey, make sure you do it this way because, girls like that stuff. No. Like, there's nothing you learn from. You learn from your friends who have gone farther than you. And, I mean, I literally can think back. Out of all the things that I've quote, and I'm using air quotes right now, learned, in the beginning was really, I mean, it was a video. It was somebody talked about, oh, you got to do this. You know what I mean? And it I never thought about it since then.
Right. Yeah, and then we get into relationship and we think, we're supposed to perform, that we have all these images and we have all our self-doubts and we compare ourselves to other people. I mean, we really are misinformed. On my journey, I have learned a lot, so much that we don't know, and then we have all the shame that we have around our sexuality and, things people went through in their past relationships. So we need to learn how to connect in a beautiful way, in a beautiful container. So this is what I teach. I take couples on trips around the world. I was in France last year. We're going to Bali this year. And I teach in a safe container, like how to connect, how to have these ways, and how to meet other couples that are doing it. Because we've got to learn and we've got to create new models for this. We've got to show that this is the norm, that this is how we're meant to connect. And, this is what we need right now in our world. I also have an online program that I'm just launching right now too. That's on special this week for Valentine's.
Perfect.
And it's a special that people can go and sign up, and then through the privacy of their own home, I'll deliver these exercises and content that you can sit and do with your partner and learn and have these conversations. Because again, no one taught us. And, you know, the thing that's so beautiful about the work that I do, I think the thing that has surprised me the most is how much the men want this and how much the men want to open and be vulnerable and have this connection and have more sacred connection with their wives and their partners, but they just don't know how. So when they get into my realm and I show them, they are just lit up. They want to do it. They want to have it. And so I want the women to know that men want this. But again, it's just our culture has not made it safe. Our culture, we don't talk about it. You know, I have to wait until a day like Valentine's Day that people are listening and open and okay, we're talking about love. But it's so important. You know, imagine if you woke up every day feeling loved, connected, nourished. How would that affect your business? How would that affect your day, your life, the way you treat people? It's huge.
Absolutely. And so what was the third key?
Yes, the third key. So you've got to claim it. You've got to intend for it. You've got to make it a priority. And then you've got to practice it and be open to it and be open to learning new things.
Makes sense.
Right? So you've got to be open to learning, just like you learned any other skill. Love is a skill. Love is something that is worth learning. It will affect not just your intimate relationship, but everyone in your life, right? And imagine, you know, like for me, I don't know. If I'm going to have sex in life, I want it to be really good. So I was willing to invest and learn whatever I needed to so that part of my life could be freaking awesome, right? That's what I want for people. It's good. It's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you make another great point is that, you know, men kind of do want this, but I think that, you know, when you talk about masculine energy, I think that, again, we're just not taught. I had no idea what an energy healer was. I had no idea what, these crystals, and, people make fun of them, just a lot of woo-woo stuff, you know, and people, they're like, oh, that's so weird. It's weird, and it's crazy, and it's not normal, you know, so I'm gonna run away from it. Danger, danger, you know, abort.
Yes.
But as I got into doing this show, and I had energy healers on the show, and we talked about crystals, and we talked about, you know, different ways that your body has all these energies. And then I got into personal and professional development, and I learned more. I'm like, we're missing out. We're missing out. And I think that if we were more informed about how you how you talk about masculine energy and feminine energy. And you know what I mean? If there was more people that were, like you said, growth mindset, maybe I should learn kind of what my masculine energy is saying or what it's doing, or how I can connect my masculine energy with the feminine energy, and maybe we connect those together. Fireworks.
Yeah, it is. It's next level, and it's such a deep science and this deep study that is nourishing. And like you said, you don't know what you don't know, right? I only know it because I had this deep desire to learn it, and life, you know, I went for it and I learned. But it's like anything, you know, if you want to understand the ocean, get in there and go scuba diving, right? You got to get in there. You got to learn. You got to absorb. You got to be open to new things. So, you know, that's why I say you got to be open. You got to be willing to try. You've got to just explore. And hey, it's a really fun exploration, you know, and when you have a partner who's willing to do that with you, wow. Life is pretty fun and nourishing and juicy and
So talk about some of your influencers. You know, a lot of people are like, I watched Gary Vaynerchuk and Tony Robbins and, you know, Simon Sinek, all these famous people. And, you know, I have some of the same ones, but I also have really close people that, they've influenced me on, a real personal level. So kind of talk real quick about some of the people that you follow, some of the people that people should, you know, connect with, and who's been your influencers?
Yeah, so I definitely have to say the teacher who I said I went to Canada to learn from, Satyan and his wife, Suzanne Raja, they were an amazing demonstration for me of this kind of relationship. And, you know, I've had many amazing teachers, some known, some unknown. One of my most amazing teachers is someone I was thinking about recently, Master Kim. He was my yoga teacher, and he wasn't just any yoga teacher. He was like a master, and he saw me when I was 20 years old. I'm 42 now, and he just saw me and knew that I was here to do something. He saw my energy. He really helped me, and I was working with him for 10 years, and he made a big impact on my life. I would love for him to know that, too. I know he knows it in his heart, but if he's hearing this, it would be awesome. You know, and just Oprah Winfrey, I love her. I think she's amazing.
Okay.
She's always had the courage to stand out, to share, to be who she is, to bring her spirituality and her love to humanity. You know, and there's so many, it's hard to name. I mean, some people, it's just the friends that I have, the people who are willing and courageous. I want to say that, you know, my influencers are the people who have said yes to being my clients and doing my work and being brave and trusting me with their heart. Like, those people have taught me so much. They've given me the opportunity to open up and bring these teachings forward in the world, right? And so sometimes, you know, it's right under our nose, but I have an amazing community of healers, friends here in San Diego. You know, I've been involved in amazing organizations. I'm someone that always is into learning and personal growth and following my heart. You know, I also definitely believe in the divine, and you know, Amma is the hugging saint that goes around loving people and hugging them. And she's a huge influence in my life energetically, and Grit is a huge influence in my life. Being willing to connect to a higher power, being willing to know that there's something bigger than myself. And that is probably the biggest, you know, inspiration that I'm grateful for that I have.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So talk about some of the resources that you've used to get you to where you are now.
Like I said, different personal growth workshops. So there is someone I want to talk about, Allison Armstrong. So
Sure.
Allison Armstrong is an amazing resource for men and women relationships. And her work, she has incredible work online and all over that you can get access to. But she transforms how we look at men and how we look at relationships. And that was a big piece for my learning and growth too. So, you know, that, and I mean, a lot of things, you know, you got to read books, you got to get out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to, you know, say, hey, I have gone and searched and read and done all of it. And, you know, I'm bringing together the things that I think are the best and creating a safe place. Because here's what I found in my journey. There's some people teaching about love. There's some people teaching about sex, orgasm, and all of that's good. Sometimes people are turned off by it because it's not taught in, you know, what I would call a sacred way. It might be sleazy, leaky energy. It's not integral. It feels just like I don't know. It's just not held in that way. And you know, I saw that on my journey. And there's people that holds it very well, but that's what made me inspired to do what I do and create the events and the containers and the private work that I do, to be a place where someone can experience this in a safe way, in a sacred way, in an honoring way, but a deep, connected way. So I got to say that I am the resource for this. Like, this is new.
Yeah.
This is cutting edge. This is the next level way of doing relationships. And so I'm the resource, and I'm creating this home study program for people so they could do it in the privacy of their home. If you want further contact, you can do it, come on a retreat, come to Bali, come to France with me. I do private retreats as well. I do VIP coaching over the Skype so that we can connect virtually, you know, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm the stand for this, and I want it to ripple out and spread, but the level of the flavor and the integrity that I'm bringing this forth with and the energy that I'm holding, I do think it's rare. And, you know, it's kind of awesome for me to claim that, because sometimes I'm shy about saying who I am and what I do, but I really believe I'm here to bring this here. And, you know, so I'm grateful for your listeners. If they feel called, you know, I'm happy to explore what that looks like for them and have a conversation. You know, the other awesome thing that I do that is really unique is I do weddings for people, so sacred weddings. And I believe in love, right? I want to honor love. And most people, weddings is another thing where it's commercialized. Sometimes we miss the meaning and the depth and the value. So I've had some clients where they work with me for 6 months before they get married, and I teach them all these tools, these techniques, communications. We talk about what they want to create in their relationship. So they're going into it conscious with their toolbox. And then we marry them in a sacred, beautiful way privately, and then with their family and friends. And these couples that I've done this with, oh my God, their relationship is at a whole nother level. They're so connected. They know that anything they go through in life, they have the tools, they have the things that they need, and they commit every year to their anniversary to going back and doing these practices and reminding themselves of their vows, and they make it a priority. So again, that's new and revolutionary, but don't you think like that's how love should be? That's how it should be in this world. We should honor it. We should learn these things, right? So it's kind of revolutionary, and there's a lot of other things out there. And again, I'm grateful because I learned from all those things. I read all those books. I've done all the trainings, but I wanted something more, and so I ended up having to create it.
Wow, there you go. If you can't find what you're looking for, go ahead and create it.
Right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
because sometimes we wonder why.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Sometimes like, why I can't find this, and yeah, definitely.
And then,
so what
the voice inside you is like, you're the one. You're the one. No, I don't want to be the one. It's scary.
Right? Oh, no, exactly. I was just going to ask you, what do you enjoy most about the people you work with, about transforming relationships, and I mean, I'm just really curious of what you enjoy most about it.
There's so much, but I enjoy that moment. Well, I enjoy the moment when my client introduces me to the amazing partner they attracted, and I can, oh my God, this is amazing. What a gift. That's an amazing moment I've got to experience several times. And then I love the moment when a couple's connecting and they have been disconnected, and all of a sudden I see the love and the connection come back on, and they're passionate and, kissing and just feeling good and desiring each other again. I mean, really, there's nothing more satisfying than that, like just seeing that connection come on. And it's beautiful. It makes it all worthwhile because the journey isn't always easy, but it's safe and beautiful, and I hold an amazing space. But it's just so beautiful to see that connection and for people to feel that they can have the love, like their lights go on, they spark up again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's pretty awesome. So for the listeners out there, if you have any questions for Emunah, you can call in at 657-383-1109. Again, the number is 657-383-1109. My staff is ready to take calls. We're going to heavily screen these because this could go rather weird really quick. So we're going to be screening the calls. So don't think you're going to get through and, ask some crazy, stupid question. So I'm curious, you talked about the program that you have for this week. For the online course and all that, and so I'm curious, where are you headed now? Like, what kind of new adventures, businesses, family? What things are you working on?
Yeah, I'm really actually simplifying things. Like being an entrepreneur can be really complicated, and I'm sure a lot of people understand. There's so many things and ways that you're supposed to do your business like this, do that. I'm actually slimming down and doing like meetup groups so that I could meet my community and give them these experiences of sacred love, for singles, for couples. And so I feel like I'm going more grassroots and connecting with people. I'm doing talks and shows like this so I can get the message out. I love creating experiences for people, so I'm doing more retreats. And then something else that's happened, I'm a former school teacher, and I left the school district because I was so burnt out and the system was draining me, and that's when I opened up and really became a healer in all of this. And I'm feeling called to actually start substitute teaching because, again, I feel like I need to go bring this down to the people, give it to the kids, love them up. Like, I'm just feeling called to be myself, to be with people, to connect, to keep it simple, which is, counterintuitive to what a lot of business and driving and forcing. Because I want to for me, it's important to have the time to be connected with people, to have that time with my family, with my boyfriend, with, my dog, and go to the beach, connect, be, like, those are the things that matter to me. So I'm taking time for that as well.
That's awesome. And where can briefly talk about what was the course that you were talking about that's coming online this week?
Yeah, so the Hot Love for that lasts, it's online. Basically, it's normally $1,997. This week, I've got it down to $197. It's amazing, and it ends on Friday. Yes, super hot, because I want people to have this, and basically what it's going to be is every week starting in March, you'll get a video from me and a lesson for you to be able to do with your partner in the privacy of your own home and connect, and then there will also be a component for live coaching for people that want that. But it's just a way to start to get this out there to people who may not find it accessible, who can't come on a trip with me, who, just want to learn and want to grow and want to deepen themselves. We're going to talk all about masculine and feminine energy, communication skills, how to have more intimacy. I'm going to teach you the sacred sex techniques that I know. I'm going to teach you how to open up your partner in those ways that we were talking about, all in the privacy of your home.
Love it.
Hide behind your computer screen, right? So it's safe. That's why I've created this. So that's pretty exciting. And the regular price goes up on Friday night. So, what a great gift. What a great thing to do for Valentine's, to say, baby, let's connect more and let's make this a priority. And let's also do this program. I'm investing in this, right? The 3 keys. You're going to make time. You're going to choose it. And guess what? I'm making it easy for you. You just show up, plop it in, and I will be there to be your guide.
There you go. And do they go to sacredlovethatlasts.com to go get it?
Yeah, sacredlovethatlasts.com, and on the homepage you'll see the Hot Love That Lasts program. You can click the link and then scroll down. You'll see the discounted price, and I'd love to support you in this. It'd be awesome. They can also go there to learn about my trip to Bali. There's a goddess retreat coming up too, and that's just a good place to, stay connected to me and learn about whatever events, experiences, things I've got going on. There's lots of love over there at sacredlovethatlasts.com.
Yeah, I think that men really should go somewhere to a conference, seminar, whatever, like a masculine kind of conference, My mentor, John Vroman, has the Front Row Dads Retreat, where he takes all of the dads and teaches them how to be amazing fathers and to live in the front row of their child's life and not just in the back, checked out, just kind of going through the motions.
Yes.
I really think that it's necessary. And you said
that.
goddess event. I'm like, dude, women need to go for a day or two or whatever and just go find themselves, if that makes sense, and really dig deep inside. You know what I mean? I've been to a couple of spiritual conferences. I'm like, yes. And it's really man, it's scary what's in there.
Yes, but that's why you need a safe place. But it's so rich. It's so nourishing. And you leave more open and better and connected to yourself. Because ultimately, that's what we have to find. If we're ever going to be happy in any relationship, we've got to fill ourselves up first. We got to know how to do that. And I love that you said the men's conference, because I love teaching men these things, and I think men feel safe with me, so they're attracted to me and they come to learn. Even men come to find their life partner and they want this kind of sacred connection. But again, there's not a lot of places that men can go for this. So one of my meetups that I'm doing, I'm just starting to gather men so they can talk and have a place and learn from a woman that's conscious. And, I hope to do more things for men, and I hope there's more things sprouting out for men. But I want men to know, you're awesome and we love you, and you didn't learn everything, but I love it. And once you learn and you have the skills, you're on fire. A strong man with a beautiful heart is one of the most sexy things that we all women want, but we do want the heart.
Absolutely.
We want the heart connection, but we want the man too.
You're definitely right. Definitely. So as we wrap up, can you deliver your best nugget of knowledge that will motivate, transcend, and inspire someone to take action?
Let's see, no pressure.
No,
what is
we
the
ask the
nugget
hard
that
questions
wants
on this
to come
show.
for you? Yes, I love it. Yeah, I mean, just believe in yourself, love yourself, be open to having more love in your life. Be brave. That's what I want to say. I want to say be brave, be courageous, open your heart, be willing to be vulnerable. Like, there are gifts that are waiting to be unlocked inside of you. There is more love to be had with your partner. There is more quality relationships if you're just willing to be brave and connect and, you know, move beyond your fears and do something maybe a little bit different. Try something new. The world is your oyster, and you can have it. So I want you to believe in that and be brave. Be brave around love.
I love it. It's so awesome. So what is our call to action? We talked about going to sacredlovethatlast.com, picking up your program that is on a huge discount. The free gift that you have for the guests that are listening, thank you so much for that. But what would be a great call to action to have to leave the listeners with something that they can apply right now?
Yeah, well, today's Valentine's Day. So if you're single, I want you to decide, does this sound like something you want? You know, take a moment, write it out, declare to yourself, to the universe, I want this kind of partnership. I'm open. I'm willing to do something new. And don't be, you know, sitting around on Valentine's Day feeling sorry for yourself. Take yourself out. Do something nice for yourself. Love yourself. You know, like, sit there and really create. What do you want? Get clear. And for you couples out there, can you be brave and, you know, hug your partner for 1 minute today without laughing? You know, can you make eye contact? Can you tell them something you appreciate about them? Can you tell them, hey, I listened to this amazing radio show, and have them listen to it, or go get my free gift series and let them listen to it? Again, be brave, be bold. You can have more love, but you got to show up, and you got to be a little bit vulnerable, but you can do it. And happy, happy, happy Valentine's Day.
Awesome. So thank you so much. You were amazing, learned a lot, opened my eyes to things. Wow. I mean, I didn't know, you know, and you rocked. You were really amazing. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. This is a great show. Thanks so much for the opportunity to share the love. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome, because I'm going to go and I'm going to get that free gift as soon as we hang up. I'm going to get that free gift. And see if we can't make some magic happen. So,
yes,
awesome. So, again, thank you so much, and we will talk soon.
Okay, bye, Sean.
Life Transformation Radio listeners, another amazing guest. You have to connect with Emunah. You have to. So, connect with her at sacredlovethatlast.com. It's amazing. I'm telling you, you got to connect with her to get your passion and intimacy and authenticity and better sex. Like, get it all dialed in, and she's the one to help you. So as we close the show, I always say, live your brand. Find opportunities every day to live out those values that you have deep in your heart. Live out those values you have in your heart, and I call that living your brand. And so until next episode, have a great night, and happy Valentine's Day.
Skydiving. This is amazing.
Yeah, but you know what else is amazing? An iPhone 6S for just $49 at Metro.
Really?
Imagine streaming all the way down with that amazing camera. I'm switching.
That's smart.
You know what else is smart? Parachutes.
Switch to Metro and get an amazing iPhone 6S for only $49. Metro by T-Mobile. Phone offer requires port-in of number not currently active on T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Skydiving. This is amazing.
Yeah, but you know what else is amazing? An iPhone 6S for just $49 at Metro.
Really?
Imagine streaming all the way down with that amazing camera. I'm switching.
That's smart.
You know what else is smart? Parachutes.
Switch to Metro and get an amazing iPhone 6S for only $49. Metro by T-Mobile. Phone offer requires port-in of number not currently active on T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions.